Good evening, this is Simeon Jenkins, and I'm here with a very special guest who is here about entrepreneurship and the experience of self-employment. How are you doing, sir?
Good evening.
Please introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Mitch Young. I'm a local masonry contractor here in Atlanta, Georgia. Masonry meaning that I do many different aspects of masonry, not just brick or block or just concrete. I do an array of masonry. I have an array of masonry skills. I was taught by my dad, Freddie Young, who was a master of the craft, and he once said to me that he said, I'm going to not only teach you how to perform this craft, but I'm going to show you how to make a business from it. And he was right. I'm self-employed, and I do pretty good. I'm able to take care of my family all the year long, just from my skills alone, but also employ other people when I need to, depending on the size of the project.
Okay. Are there any type of business ethics that you deal with on a day-to-day basis that you constantly tend to use based on what you do?
Yes, definitely. Really, first of all, I think that I take the attitude of I'm first a servant, then I'm a craftsman. So I go out every morning with the whole idea that I'm out to serve my customers, and being in business for the last 25 years, along with being around my dad and just having an opportunity to be around some great people, I've been able to gain some great principles for being successful in business, and one of them is just being honest. A lot of my customers believe that not only am I going to give them a quality job, but they feel that I'm going to be fair with my prices. So that has taken me a long way.
Okay, that's great. How do you advertise your business? Is it any type of specific way you do it, or is it word of mouth?
Well, just recently, probably in the last year and a half, I was so proud of, just operating just by word of mouth. But I found out that I was really limiting myself in business because I was not performing one great aspect of business, and that's marketing. I was dealing with, of course, management and the finance part, but no marketing. And so just recently I actually put together a thank you card. And I got great responses, even more business from that. And it also gave me an opportunity to show my customers, or for them to see me in another light, because the card would have me with a business suit on, and they really appreciated the words that I expressed on the card. So yeah, I'm also network with other gentlemen. Who are also a high-level craftsmen, and I think that's one of the biggest keys in being successful is to collaborate with your counterparts. A lot of people just miss that part all. I find out not only that men or women who have been just in my field for 20, 30 years, they're just kind of hanging out there alone, have not really established some real good, honest relationships. Even when I meet people who have graduated from college, they still miss that one main ingredient is connecting with their counterparts and having good, pure relationships. Okay. So I know that has a lot to do with me continuing to be successful in business.
Okay, that's great. When it comes to your daily actions, do you plan things out, or you just go with the flow?
Well, no, go with the flow. It's always an agenda. I get up every morning with an agenda. And I have actually appointment books that I have stored away all the way back to 1989. I can actually tell you where I was, what I was doing this day back in 1989. So I developed that as one of my main skills in operation every day. So I have a pad and I write out who I'm going to call, what I'm going to do, and that pad that one sheet may fill up, it may be half full, but it's always, a heading saying things to do. Things to do, and I put the date. And for example, I had a customer that just called me last week and said that they want me to come back and top their porch with some flagstone. And I gave them that price over a year ago. They thought it was like several months ago, maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. But I went into my file, and I also looked at my appointment book, and it was actually well over a year ago. And so I believe that if it's not written, it doesn't exist. So I practice that 100%.
Very interesting. Okay. So when you had to change part of your business plan from word of mouth to marketing, could you say that was a part of you further advancing or developing your business plan?
Oh, definitely. Again, I definitely was, missing out on a lot of business by not even just sending thank you cards. And go ahead.
Did those is it clear to you that those cards may or may not set you apart from other business such as yourself?
Well, I think they set me apart in the sense that being a masonry contractor, local here, and the uniqueness of my cards and what I expressed, I think we all individually have something to express that sets us apart, and I just think that I feel strongly that in the way I do things automatically sets me apart. My business is, the two key points for my business is high level of skill and ethics. Those two elements I put together to be successful. I feel like that you can be a good man all day, do a good honest work, and you can be successful. I don't have to cut short any of my efforts. In fact, when I was coming up, working on my dad and my granddad, something they instilled in me was just do an honest day's work. So when they said do an honest day's work, they was actually telling the man, be honest. Just be honest. And so that shows you that, if you teach a child, raise up a child in the way they should go, when they grow old, they will not depart. So I'm not departing from those principles that I was taught as a young man, and it has helped to make me successful.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, so taking that, so you, even now, this far along in being self-employed, learning is always something that you are constantly employed in.
Yes, absolutely. Learning is fun for me. I am over 50 now, and I'm just as excited about masonry and the different aspects of construction as I was 20 years ago. I tell people today I'm really engaged in my craft right now. I'll tell you, I share something with you, 3 very, very important points for success. That in being an entrepreneur, I've been able to educate myself. I would like to use, I've come to find out, being primitive means to be self-taught. And what I did teach myself or learn through study and experience was that there are three key points for being successful. And this is with any industry, any line of work. First thing you do, you acquire a skill. You become highly you seek mastership in your
proficiency.
skill. Yeah, high proficiency. Learn to be highly proficient in your skill. The second thing is, as I stated earlier, you find your counterparts and you network. Now, I think people use that. I don't really want to use that word network because people really take that word and it's really not used properly. But I say collaborate with your counterparts. And that could be someone of your same age. It can be someone that has gone before you that you can mentor under. But you look for someone who's also seeking success, who's honest, who's desire to be ethical like yourself. But that last one, which completes your whole career, is to teach. Teach what you've learned. So I'm actually in all three phases. I'm constantly in all three phases.
My last question was going to be, do you teach?
Yes, absolutely. I mentor young men. I've been mentoring young men. I just realized I had a young man today has worked with me the last 2 days. And I met him in 1989, and I told him today, I said, you really was the first young man I started mentoring. And but I think starting in 2000, 2001, I started taking it as a part of my business. I do it very informally because that's the way I was taught. I was taught in the field. I didn't go to school for any of the work that I performed, but I get paid for completing jobs constantly. We actually worked on 2 jobs today. A brick job up in Buckhead on Roswell Road, and left that job and went and poured concrete over Jimmy Carter. And we actually completed both jobs today, so I get right back up in the morning and go to another job. And so right now things are really flowing because, and I saw this forthcoming, that when the playing field levels out or the market begins to level out, people are going to, which they're doing now, they're staying in their homes, and if they got a little money, they are enhancing their living quarters, or if they got a little money, they decided, well, I'm going to stay here, I need to go ahead and fix this. I've been living with this problem for years, so it brings to mind something I want to share with you, what an entrepreneur really is. An entrepreneur is a problem solver.
It's a very key point.
Right,
very
right.
Key point.
I'm constantly solving problems, constantly. So people call me all the time for solving their problems in my particular aspect of masonry, but in my particular aspect of the craft. But I'm also very, 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 very knowledgeable of the whole house. So I can talk to any contractor or homeowner, from the basement or foundation to the roof. And with that holistic understanding, that better equips me to be, be more competent in my services.
Well, thank you very much, sir, for that enlightening session there.
Yes,
I'm very, very pleased to have had you with us today. And that will be all for you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.